This song goes out to all of the wounded masculine energy within us, all of the men out there who think that no one sees your pain, no one sees your struggle, that no one can hear you. All the wounded individuals, actually, not just men, females alike. The only reason I said men was just because I was just listening to a speech where men are the ones who honestly are extremely lonely. It was an individual talking about how men often are the most lonely creatures because they don't know how to seek out help. They weren't taught how to be vulnerable. They weren't taught how to express that feminine energy within themselves, and it's hidden. And they don't have anyone there to support them. They don't have anyone there to say, hey man, it's okay to cry. It's okay to fucking feel something right now. And even as females, sometimes we do that. We weren't taught how to express our feminine energy in a vulnerable, empowering way, in a way that is safe, a way that you're not being judged for crying. You're not being judged for not being able to handle that, red light that took too long that day because you had so many other things pressing on you. People don't break because they're weak. They break because they've been strong for so long and they are fucking exhausted. Their souls are screaming and crying. And I want this to stop. Not just me, but the world just needs this to stop. That together we need to unite each other as a front and say, you know what, I'm a human, you're a human, we're going through this experience together. Let's talk about what's going on. Let's talk about the things that are breaking us. Let's talk about the inconveniences we've had, right? That flat tire when you were just like, I just needed to get to work today, and that flat tire just is what sets you off. We need to talk about these emotions because that's what's becoming so toxic in the world today. That's where the fear mentality is coming from. That's where the lack mentality is coming from, because we live in a world where we're not safe to love. We're not safe to be ourselves. We're not safe to express emotions. We're not even taught how to safely express emotions. So many people are, the fear comes from someone who wasn't taught how to express those emotions going off. And this is about coming into a season of awareness, a season where we do talk about those emotions in a healthy way to express them, where we learn to channel the chaos. That is our human being nature. So that's my thing for you guys. That no one should feel lonely in a world with like 7 billion people in it. That's ridiculous. That we lose angels, that we lose people, that we lose beautiful souls who never got the fucking chance to be authentically themselves because society placed stereotypes upon them, because society told them they weren't good enough, they weren't enough, that what they were feeling wasn't real. Society has invalidated so many emotions and so many normal human responses to a situation and has said, no, that's not it, or you're overreacting, when it was actually the appropriate reaction to have. Society as a whole, just how it's been going, at least in Western culture, it is a narcissistic society. It is like gimme, but what is it giving back to you? What is society giving back to you that is empowering you? It's time to start empowering each other and letting each other truly rise and shine to be the beautiful, wonderful people that everyone is meant to be. Everyone has this beautiful, glorious energy within them, but because it's been so dampened down by the way we were raised, conditioning, social norms and values, we haven't been able to tap into it for so long. And it's overdue. So when you see people, remember, just be kind, be loving, be caring, be strong by being vulnerable. A true alpha, a true leader isn't going to go up to someone that they see as weak, that is broken, that has diminished resources, diminished energy levels, depleted energy levels, depleted resources. That person, an alpha, isn't going to go up to that person and try to dominate that person. A true leader is going to go up to that person and say, how can I help you? A true leader would submit to someone that they saw was in true need and would lead them out of that, would push them gently from behind. They wouldn't try to push them down. They would gently be pushing them and holding them up. They would say, you know what? I'm going to put you in the front. Just listen to what I'm saying. But I'm going to put you in the front. But I'm going to be right behind you. I'm going to be lifting you. I'm going to be holding you while we go through this together. I'm going to teach you how to lead yourself. I'm going to teach you where to go. I'm going to teach you how to guide yourself. It's only the false what are they called? I can't even think of the word. Like a false advocate, a false person, like a false, like a beta who thinks they're an alpha in terms of, but like it's an ego thing. Because they're like, oh, I'm the alpha, you know. But when it comes down to it, they don't get up and help that wounded woman. They don't get up and help that friend who's fucking going through depression. A true, beautiful, wonderful leader is going to stop and say, I'm going to go to the back of the pack and I'm going to make sure that everyone is still coming. I'm going to go and I'm going to bring up the rear. I'm going to make sure that the strongest one of us is also the weakest one of us. I'm going to make sure that my weak links, the parts that I know that are broken in me, that are broken in other people, I'm going to make sure that gets healed. I'm going to make sure that gets looked at. I'm going to make sure that gets addressed. I'm not going to go and assert my dominance on someone that's broken. That's not me being an alpha. That's me being a douche. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, if I have that, you know, that energy, and I've worked on myself, and I have that energy that I can give, I'm going to go in and I'm going to try to teach that person how, you know, my tips and tricks, what I did to get up and out of that situation. And if I don't know, then I'm not going to say I know, but I'm going to be like, hey, but I'm here. I'll walk alongside you. Like, I don't know how to mend the injury you have, but I can walk beside you so you know you're not alone in this. So you know you have someone with you. So you know you are loved. You know someone is hanging back because they want you to succeed, because you want them to succeed. Starting a fire over here. So you guys, you have got this. As a society, you can recondition yourself. You can rewire the programming you've had your entire life. You can be different from your parents. You can choose to change all that conditioned response, like all those conditioned responses that you have in you because of conditioning. You can change that. Conditioning and mind work can be rewired. You create new neural pathways every single day. Every single time you do something new, it is something beautiful that can be birthed within you. You can birth a new earth today just by you being the change. Even when you can't see where you're going. Even when you don't know what's going to happen next. Even when you don't know where to go next. Trust. One, that the universe will catch you, that the unconditional love of human beings is going to catch you, because it still exists. And I know sometimes we think that it doesn't exist anymore, and we're just like, I've been abandoned and no one cares about me, no one loves me. And if that's how you feel, then just tell someone, see if that's real. Oftentimes those thoughts that you're having are intrusive thoughts that have no fucking place in your life. Some imaginary force does not get to tell you that you're not worthy, that no one gives a fuck about you. That's a fear-based ego mentality. And it makes sense though, because if you've been hurt, that's what comes up. But you deserve better. You deserve to know that those intrusive thoughts are not who you are. They do not identify your fucking, they don't have a fucking, even a centimeter, not even an inch on who the fuck you really are. You are glorious. You are a beautiful, wonderful soul that's just been hurt. And no one taught you how to heal. No one taught you how to even move forward. No one even taught you what the hell you were feeling. You don't even know what the emotion is called because you were never taught how to properly cope and identify those emotions and those feelings. We live in a society where everyone says, oh, look perfect all the time. Be perfect. Don't tell anyone your mistakes and your downfalls because they're not celebrated. I'm here to tell you that you are celebrated just for being you, just for existing. And you are very, very, very much worth the time and attention and dedication that goes into being you and into healing you and into looking at those wounds and those scars that hinder you now. You are very, very, very much worth all of that. And with that, I hope you all have a beautiful, wonderful day, and I send you so much love. And even if you're like, I don't want you to love me, right? Because you're just like, you're a stranger on a screen. The universe sends you so much love, and it's all around you if you just look somehow. I know sometimes when you're hurting, it's hard to look. It's hard to want to look because you're just like, I'm just going to see more of the bullshit that hurt me. But I have been there, and I still have those intrusive thoughts. And I still want to hide my emotions because, again, feminine energy, when I refer to it, is that vulnerability, those emotions, the ones that want to flow freely. And we come from a wounded masculine energy society. So it's about learning how to love those emotions, learning that the ups and the downs make us who we are. We have those ups and downs because our bodies hormonally do that. So learning how to embrace the ups and downs, but learning how to ride this roller coaster, right? We might not always like the downs. They might be too fast. They might be too scary. That plummet makes your stomach drop. It makes you feel sick. It makes you not, you can't even talk from the fear that is choking you up. But if that down is there, then an up has to go too. And it's just about learning how to deal with going down, learning how to deal with the fear, with the insecurities, with the triggers, learning how to deal with them and cope with them in a healthy way so that you can live. So you're not afraid, to live. You're not afraid to shine. You're okay. You're like, yeah, this down is here, but I know that I'm safe in the roller coaster. I am secured. I am fastened in my seat. The universe has got me. God, Spirit, Gaia, Mother Earth, whomever has got me. And I know I am safe. Unconditional love. Have that for yourself. And it changes. When you have unconditional love and patience with yourself and compassion for the things you've been through and you've had to endure, it saves you. It saves your heart. It says, I've got you. It saves your inner child. And it's like, I've got you. I might not have, had the parent I needed and the parenting I needed, and society failed me and my parents failed me. We're all humans just trying our best. They didn't know any better. So it's time to come into an era of awareness and knowing better. For us, for ourselves, for future generations, for our pets, whatever you want it to be. All right, I love you guys. Bye.